All right, welcome back. In this series, we're going to learn how to build one of these guys. Sorry, that's a bit small. One of these guys. The Star Trek Klingon Bird of Prey. I do believe this model is from the Next Generation. So, without further ado, let's figure this out. If you guys don't think it's cheating, I will use true duct tape, which is foil backed, on this project because I've got a lot of thin overhangs that'll need the extra strength. But I just can't decide if I want to make this size, 50% larger, or double the size. Double the size would be as long as this cutting board and as wide as these two pieces. That's a pretty significant ship. That's not so bad. Kind of like the 50% larger. So we need to start off by making rods. Duct tape core, and then we're going to do a foil tape outer. Okay. Excellent. So making the core 3 times thicker, I was able to roll it, which definitely saved time. Let's see if I can get away with this 2 times thicker. Ah, that's beautiful. All right, so we're going to do a 2-strip core with a foil outer layer. That'll give us the rigidity we want. All right, so just going to make a whole bunch of these rods to build with. So now I got to find my base structure. 14. All right, so I think I'm going to cut these at like 12 inches long. Just taping these guys up in pairs. Stronger that way. Then I'll tape them together this way. So we get ourselves a nice pack of 4. Okay, so now just taking these strips to really lock this beam together. Okay, there we go. Feeling nice and sturdy. Now my next step is to figure out what structure to build. Then a long arch and set it a little bit. Loosely tap it in there for now. Now let's secure these guys really well. And here, after I do the one direction of pieces, I'm going to come back and go over the strips I just laid down. That'll help hold them together. Alright, now those are a little more stable. And I'll sacrifice a piece to measure the arch so I can build it out of one of these rigid pieces. Now before I add the arch, I'm just going to strengthen this metal section. Gently bend it to the shape we want. Excellent. This arch will still want to pull away from itself. Not as much since we bent it with the foil tape. But we still want to support the corners here. Deform. 4 pieces, roughly cut at 45 degrees, about 1 inch long. I'm just going to tape them into the corners here. Alright, now that's that shape, but I don't want to leave that unsupported, so we've got to figure out a way to support this also. Piece and just find the spot where it fits. Just add another brace here. Getting the idea, just brace like crazy on these things. After 6 months to a year, all the duct tape will start to like sag and settle. And that's when you really start seeing how well your taping jobs hold up. If they make it a year, then I think you're in the clear. And the trick for, especially if you don't want to measure everything, because you're usually wrong with measuring, just cut a 45 on both sides of a piece, wedge it in that corner, and then just cut off a little bit longer than you think you might need. And then you can just trim off the other two pieces. There, drop right in most of the time. Very little clipping, extra clipping needed. So the wings will come up and meet over this bar. Pretty much match the bottom piece too. Now secure these beams in again. Alright, same thing. Let's brace this one before we move on to the next. And these angle pieces don't need to be precise, as long as they're close. Alright, now since I don't have clear access to the other side, I've got to just lay long strips like this, and then we'll come back and reinforcement with some braces. Maybe one on the top for good measure. Alright, let's add another 4 braces to this one. Alright, here we go. And I shall call it here for today. Well, thanks for tuning in.